Monogatari. Honestly, one of the greatest anime ever, in my humble opinion. And what do great anime have in common? Great openings. And Monogatari is like no exception to that. It has some of the best anime openings I've ever heard. Studio Shaft has already done the impossible and animated volumes that people said were impossible to animate. But on top of that, they gave us these god tier openings. Okay? You get it? They're good. So, let's tier list them. Quick side note, some of these openings I can't even show the sound or even the visuals for. I'll try my best, but they're super strict. Like anything from Awari Monogatari, completely blocked on YouTube. If I even put a little sound of it, you won't be able to see this video anymore. So we'll do as much as we can. But if you want to see the openings we're talking about because you haven't seen them yet, I'll link them all in the description, and there's a whole playlist with all the openings with the videos. Okay, so we'll start from the beginning. We got Staple. It's iconic. It's good. It's the first opening. It's not really an S tier for me. There's definitely better ones, but it has a spot in the A tier. Senjo just has better openings, okay? I know Staple's good, but she has better ones. Alright, now we got Hachi's first opening. Hachijuki. Names are hard to pronounce. Now this one right here, it's probably one of the most generic sounding anime openings out of all of them. You could tell me this is from some generic slice of life, and I believe you. I get it, there's some symbolism in there. No one can see her. I see that. But there's just no way this song ends up on my own playlist where I'm listening to it on repeat. And for that reason, I'm sorry. C tier, okay? I'm sorry. Then we got Kanbaru's first opening. And I love Kanbaru, but her openings are just not it for me. They got the energy, they got the emotion, but they're just a B. Okay, I promise I'm not here to trash on all the openings, but the later ones are a lot better than the beginning, so it's gonna kind of look like that, but whatever. And just as I say that, next up we have Rinai Circulation. Now I've been a bit open about this in the past, and it's a bit of a controversial take, but I don't like Rinai Circulation. It's a low B for me. Nedeko's second opening from Otori Monogatari easily tops it. And for that reason, her second opening is an A. Yeah, it flips, you know, it's the cutesy one and the yandere as fuck one. But like, TikTok just absolutely ruined Rinai Circulation for me. I can't stand it no more. I heard it too much times. So yeah, opening 1 B tier, opening 2 A tier. And yeah, it's behind Staple. Yeah. So now we got Hanekawa's first opening. Hanekawa is a god tier character, and she has good openings to her name. This one's just not the best one, but I don't think it's the worst one. It's right in the middle of her 3 openings, and for that reason, it's a high B tier for me. Okay, now we're on to Nisei Monogatari, and first up we have the first opening to Karen B's arc. Pretty much Senjo's second opening, like a kind of alternative staple. And you know what? I liked it better. So yeah, above it. That's right. But then we have Karen B's second opening. D. That opening sucks. I listened to it one time. I skipped every single time after that. It's awful. It's not even generic. It's past the point of generic. It's just anime. Don't understand, but I'm sorry. And to make up for it, because I don't want to hurt your feelings, we got Platinum Disco. And I don't know if there's much I need to say about this, but it's solid S tier right off the bat. There's no debate. It's easily S tier, and I replay this song once a day at least. But don't worry, it's not top of S tier. It's not the best. Alright, so next up we have Perfect Slumbers. Hanekawa's second opening. And I think for that point of the story, honestly, it was the perfect opening for Hanekawa. It's a good song, it has good visuals, and it like perfectly matched her character growth at the time, and it's a good song. So for that reason, A tier. Between the staple and the staple 2. And next up, obviously right away, Hanakawa's third opening, Chocolate Insomnia. Straight up, I didn't really enjoy it at first. After a few rewatches, I did like it more, but it's still just kind of not something I want to listen to every day. It's okay. It's not as good as her first opening, I'm not going to lie. Middle of B tier. Now we have the Kabuki Monogatari opening, Hachi's second opening. Trust me, I like her too. She's a great character. Her openings, again, just not it for me. And this one is probably even more forgettable than the first one, so back a C tier. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Because next we have White Lies, which came during Shinobu Time. Shinobu, her openings aren't the greatest. I think she deserved better. This one's not even a song. It's just a hymn, a chant. It's not a song. But then coming up right next, we have Fast Love. Easily a top 3 opening. In fact, it's actually above Platinum Disco, and it's taken the throne for the moment. I know that the vocals don't sound the best, but there's a feel to the opening. I really like the old style, new style. It matches with Kaiki and Senjo during the time. It's one of my favorite arcs. I actually really enjoyed that arc. So the opening goes well with it. This one's in my playlist. Okay, so then we got Kanbaru's second opening. This one was definitely an improvement over her first. I like the part where she goes a little screamo kind of in it. It's still B tier for me, but it's definitely high B tier. It's in the front of B tier. I'd say it's in the front. And it's not like I got to hear this opening that much. Crunchyroll formatted it as a movie, so I heard it one time. I did re-listen to it a lot after, and after some debate, it's top of B tier. Alright, so next we got the Suki Monogatari opening, Yatsugi's opening. Now in my mind, this opening was kind of like the start of the next Monogatari phase, a final season, which it was. And everything just kind of felt really different after second season, when it went to final season. So there's a symbolic meaning in this opening. Also, she's like top tier character. I think she's my second favorite on my list. So, and for that reason, A tier. Okay, we're here. Owari Monogatari. I'd probably say Owari Monogatari has some of the best openings Monogatari has to offer. It's pretty stacked. And Formula is no exception to that. Now, it did only play once. It was a 40-minute special. It was a short little arc. But it's definitely A tier for me, 100%. And it's going at the top of A tier. It definitely clears Staple 2, and all those. Everything from Owari Monogatari is just so good. Speaking of so good, Sadachi Riddle. This one might be a curveball to some of you. I'm not sure how much you guys like this opening. But there's kind of like a new feel during that arc. I think Monogatari was trying to go a bit more serious and not as much jokes during that arc, and it really got me. I was super into it, and the opening was just so good, and it kind of had that serious, mature feel to it as well. And for that reason, Sadachi Riddle is actually an S tier for me, and it's even above Platinum Disco. I really like that opening. It's good. It's a good opening. And then we got Shinobu Male. Again, Shinobu, her openings aren't really songs. They're not really openings. This is probably the only letdown of Owari Monogatari, and I'm sorry, I don't want to have Shinobu only in Deer, but she is bottom of C. Now we got Mayoi Hell. Out of all Hachi's openings, this is probably the only one that can break out of the C tier for me. It's a bit more memorable. Not really, it's pretty generic. But at this point, we all missed Hachi. She was back, it was feel good, so bottom of B tier she goes. And now we have Dreamy Date Drive. This opening is honestly, I thought Fast Drive could not be topped. And then I heard Dreamy Date Drive, and, well, it topped it. It's just so fucking good. I listened to this song multiple times a day for the last few weeks. I never get sick of it. Senjo's, her voice actor's vocals are so good. She really got the singing down. And it's like symbolic for that part of the story, like I said, near the climax. They go on that final date, and the whole opening is just Kiyomi's perspective of Senjo, and it kind of adds this extra like feel to it and the meaning. And yeah, it's just so good. Top of S tier for sure. If you disagree, comment below. I kind of want to know what your guys' favorite opening is, but that's definitely top for me. Then we have Dark. is another example that Owari Monogatari was just delivering banger after banger for openings. It's the climax of her character. It's the climax of the final season. And I really like the opening. It's a good opening. It's not as good as the rest of these, but it is going in the back of S tier. I did forget one. Sodachi lost. I forgot it. My bad. Crunchyroll didn't actually play this opening, so I had to listen to it after I finished the arc. It's good, but just because Crunchyroll screwed it up and like there's not really any meaning in it for me, it is a B tier opening, and it's going right there. And last but not least, we got the opening for Zoku Owari Monogatari. And you might realize, wait, it's not there. There's nowhere to place it. This list, I didn't make it. Someone else made it. It's probably outdated. But to be fair, I wouldn't consider the Zoku opening to be an opening. I know it's Kiyomi's first actual opening he sang. Did he really sing it? Was it more just robotic reverse tunes? That's only a minute long. It wasn't even full length. And they did that paper cutout stuff, and I'm not really a fan of the paper cutout style they did after a while. So yeah, if I could rank it, it's a D tier. And that's the list. Comment if you guys have your own takes on these openings. I kind of want to know what you guys like. I know mine are a bit weird to some people, but if you agree, let me know. I want to know if this is good taste or not. But to me, everything in S tier like are actual songs I would re-listen to full length, and great visuals and just great feel, great timing in the show and everything. Monogatari openings will always have a place in my heart across all anime. They are up there with the top ones, and I hope you guys enjoyed them too. If you liked the video, consider subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, this is Ethanime, and I'll see you guys in the next one.